WI presents Complete Web Development Roadmap. I am Ananya Ghosh and I will take you through the roadmap of web development consisting of full stack development, merge stack development, mean stack development, also front end and back end development along with database, web security and everything required for web development. So let's get started. So, what is web development? Web development involves the task of building and maintaining the website. It is the task to maintain the website and make it look good and perform well and provide a user friendly experience. Multiple programming languages on a very variety of platforms are used for web development. It is the most demanding and well paid and skilled work that makes it a good and exciting career option. Web development can be divided into two parts, mainly front end and back end. So we'll go through each and every type of web development. So, what is full stack development or who is a full stack developer? In simple words, the person responsible for creating and maintaining the website's front end is known as a front end developer, and website's back end is created and maintained by a backend developer. And the person who has qualities of both front end and backend developer is known as a full stack developer. So, who is a mean or a MERN stack developer? So, MERN stands for MongoDB, ExpressJS, React.js, and Node.js, which means the complete set of JavaScript frameworks React.js, ExpressJS, Node.js, along with MongoDB. That stands for MERN. And who is a mean stack? Just in place of React.js, if we put AngularJS, that is a mean stack developer. So, front end development. So, backend developers are usually making APIs, designs, and they manage the database and perform all the operations that enable the website to perform tasks and play with the data. And then there are these front end developers who design the front end of the website and make it responsive and user friendly. They build web pages to let the backend interact with the user. So, under front end, there are these technologies that we have to learn to move towards full stack development. So in front end, firstly, we have to learn internet, what is HTTP, DNS, SSL, domain, hosting, everything related to internet. We have to understand what is browser, what is internet. Then we have Git and GitHub. So in GitHub, we have to host our website. We have to learn to host our website. We have to learn to push the codes into GitHub. We have to learn to work in a project along with all the team members through GitHub. So Git commands are very important. Hence, we have to learn it for web development. Then we have to learn command line Linux as well because a lot of things are related to command line in web development. So that is very important. In hosting, we have to learn to host in GitHub, then GitLabs, then Heroku. Then we have to learn few languages. HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a standard markup language for web browsers documents. It is designed to display web browser documents on web browsers. So, after that, we have CSS, Cascading Style Sheets. It assists in representing an HTML document and it determines the design of the web page. And then we have JavaScript. JavaScript is a web programming language that enables a programmer to create a dynamically updating web page. So in JavaScript, very important parts are Fetch API, Ajax, and DOM, DOM. Then we have to go through TypeScript if possible, jQuery, very important. Then we have to learn SEO basics to increase our SEO of our website. Then basic web security knowledge has to be there. Package manager basics like npm and yarn, CSS architectures. Then we have to pick a framework that is either React.js, AngularJS, or Vue.js. Most preferable is React, even Angular is very good. Then CSS frameworks, Tailwind CSS, Material UI, Bootstrap. Bootstrap is most famous and popular, but Tailwind CSS and Material UI is also very important. Under testing, testing is like we test the website whether it's working properly. So Jasmine and Karma are used for testing. Then we can learn Next.js and Express.js, and then finally GraphQL. So these are all the front end development tech stack. So once these are done, it's always advised that after you learn each and everything, it's important to make a project on it. So if you have learned HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it is very important that you make a project on it. Then gradually you learn jQuery, TypeScript. So include those in your project. Then build a project using React.js or AngularJS or Vue.js. Then use Tailwind CSS, Material UI, Bootstrap in your websites. Then do testing on your websites, whatever projects you make. So it's very important to build projects. The project may be small scale project, but it's very important to build projects to learn the working of each and every tech stack. Then we come to the backend development. So under backend development, complete front end knowledge is required. And apart from that, operating system knowledge is required. Then DBMS knowledge, database management systems knowledge is required. Knowledge on databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MS SQL, Microsoft SQL, Oracle, MongoDB is very important, especially MySQL and one NoSQL database, that is MongoDB. Under API, it's important to learn REST.js and JSON. So REST API and JSON. Then it's important to learn caching. And finally, we learn few languages, that is Django, that is used in Python. It's written in Python. Flask, that is also written in Python. Django is a very strong framework used for building web apps. Then Express or Node.js. And finally, Ruby on Rails using Ruby. So this is the complete backend development. So Django, it is a Python framework and it is a perfect choice for anyone who wants to develop their application faster. It is a difficult to learn it at fast for beginners, but it is a little difficult to start with but offers many things pre-built. It has a built-in admin dashboard, a user model, and lots of things in it. Flask, it is a simple, lightweight framework and it does not have all the functionalities built in but has many dependencies to fulfill all its need. It is best suited for developing small applications or for API development. So under Django, you can start with some small projects like blog, blog website, or some other management systems like using database and Django, some hospital management system or NGO management system. So you have a good grip on your database as well as your Django knowledge, backend knowledge. And in Flask, you can start off initially with weather API, calling on API. So weather app using Flask. And then gradually you can build APIs, small scale applications using Flask. Under Node.js and Express.js, it is the most popular JavaScript framework and it's a great choice for anyone. So it is easy to learn and is highly extensible. It makes sense to use it since it is based on JavaScript and we already have used JavaScript in front-end frameworks. And Ruby on Rails using Ruby. This is based on Ruby and is quite popular. It is easy to learn too and is widely used in many places. So mostly used is Django and Flask. Even Node.js is very much used. Finally, we come to the advantages of being a full stack web developer. So it's important to master all the techniques involved in the web development project. So learning full stack development means you learn front end, you learn back end, you learn APIs, you learn internet related things, you learn Git, GitHub, command line, operating system, database management. So everything comes into your grip. Can provide help to all the team members. Suppose you're working in a team and you can provide help to all the team members. Can reduce the cost of the project as well. So if less number of people are working in a project, you are self built, you are a full stack developer, you can yourself build all the aspects of the website, the number of teammates reduces and then cost of the project also reduces, and also reduces the time used for team communication. And there is a rising demand for multi talented professionals, and knowing both is a plus point itself. I mean, front end and back end, knowing both is a plus point itself, and it helps you to find jobs in both these domains, thus widening your chances, and also helps you build a complete website on your own. Thus, you can build some cool projects involving both back end and front end without needing a team partner. And coming back to these front end technologies, why do we need to learn Git and GitHub? So it is very necessary for any developer to know Git and GitHub. So knowing Git is very helpful to manage the commits and the history of your changes while you develop an application. It is instrumental in case you want to go back to the previous commit. GitHub allows you to store the files online and helps in collaborative work or to showcase your work to people. And learning command line is important. It's an excellent thing for any developer since command line is what we should use every time to run our applications or install any dependencies. So in front end, we have learned all these technologies, and it's important to build projects after we learn each. And in back end also, it's very important to do some projects under each tech stack. So definitely projects involving CRUD operation or to-do list, quiz apps at the beginning of learning can help a lot to make the concept strong. Thank you. I hope you got a complete overview of what is full stack web development, MERN stack, and mean stack, and hence a proper guide for being a good web developer. Thank you.